Imagine being one of the biggest rising names in music, only to find yourself at the center of one of America's most closely watched murder cases. New courtroom sketches have now revealed what happened inside a Los Angeles courtroom as prosecutors presented evidence during D4vd's preliminary hearing. The hearing has once again put the spotlight on the case surrounding the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. But what exactly unfolded in court? What evidence was presented? And what did D4vd say in his defense? Stay with us as we break down every major development from the hearing. The latest hearing took place over 2 days, July 21 and July 22, in Los Angeles, California. D4vd, whose legal name is David Anthony Burke, appeared in court as prosecutors continued laying out their case before a judge. This was not the final trial. Instead, it was a preliminary hearing, where the judge's role is to decide whether there is enough evidence for the case to proceed to a full jury trial. According to prosecutors, Burke is accused of murdering 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez at his Hollywood Hills home in 2025. They further allege that after her death, efforts were made to conceal the crime. D4vd has pleaded not guilty to all charges. Throughout the hearing, prosecutors relied on witness testimony and investigative evidence to explain why they believe the case should move forward. One of the most emotional moments reportedly came as members of Celeste's family attended the hearing while evidence was presented inside the courtroom. Since cameras are not allowed inside many California courtrooms, artists produced courtroom sketches illustrating the proceedings. These drawings quickly made headlines because they showed the courtroom atmosphere and the evidence being discussed without publishing graphic crime scene photographs. Among the witnesses called by prosecutors was Los Angeles police detective Josh Byers. He described what investigators encountered during the investigation and how officers processed the evidence connected to the case. The detective told the court, "The trunk was open, and there was a partially unzipped body bag with torso and head, missing extremities at the time." He also testified, various limbs of a body, arms, legs that had been severed. When asked about the condition of the remains during recovery, Detective Byers added, "There was quite a bit of decomposition. The skin slippage made it unrecognizable." He further described the scene by saying, "There were maggots, there were flies. I don't know how to describe the other liquid matter." Because of the disturbing nature of the evidence, reports say Celeste's parents were encouraged to look away while portions of the testimony were presented. Rather than displaying crime scene photographs publicly, courtroom sketches were used to represent the evidence discussed before the judge. The sketches reportedly illustrated investigative exhibits connected to the prosecution's case, including drawings of items investigators believe are relevant to the alleged crime. The prosecution argues that all of this evidence supports the charges and demonstrates why the case should proceed to trial. Alongside the prosecution's evidence, the court also heard statements connected to D4vd's version of events before Celeste's death. According to testimony presented during the hearing, D4vd claimed he did not know Celeste was underage while they were communicating. In body camera footage played in court, he reportedly told an officer, "She told me she was 18. Everybody's telling me she was 13. He also maintained that the two had only met once in person. However, prosecutors dispute that account and allege there is substantial evidence supporting the charges filed against him. The court also heard allegations that investigators recovered additional digital evidence during the investigation. According to prosecutors, D4vd has now been formally charged with first-degree murder, child sexual abuse, and unlawful mutilation of human remains. It is important to note that these are allegations presented by the prosecution, and they have yet to be tested before a jury. At this stage of the legal process, the judge is not deciding whether D4vd is guilty or innocent. Instead, the court is determining whether prosecutors have presented enough evidence for the case to move to trial. That distinction is crucial because a preliminary hearing focuses on probable cause, not a final verdict. After the testimony, the court will now decide whether the evidence presented meets the legal threshold required for a full criminal trial. If the judge finds there is sufficient evidence, D4vd will stand trial, where prosecutors and the defense will present their complete cases before a jury. That future trial would include witness cross-examination, forensic experts, additional evidence, and ultimately a verdict based on the full record presented in court. For now, no final determination has been made regarding D4vd's guilt or innocence. The newly released courtroom sketches have drawn widespread attention because they provide the public with a rare glimpse inside a hearing that was closed to cameras. Rather than showing graphic crime scene photographs, the sketches document key moments from witness testimony, evidence presentations, and the overall courtroom proceedings. The case has continued to attract significant public interest, not only because of D4vd's growing profile as a musician, but also because of the serious nature of the allegations and the young age of the victim. As legal proceedings continue, more hearings are expected before the case reaches its next major milestone.